You look bad, you look bad, you look bad, and you look bad. Antonio Brown's making everyone look bad. I always look bad. Welcome to the 24-hour Antonio Brown News Network, ABNN. I'm your football host, Brandon Perna, and we are back down to 0 days without an AB thing. Last night, Antonio Brown released a statement via his lawyer, and he's claiming Bucs head coach Bruce Arians cut him after trying to force him to play through a serious ankle injury. Hell, AB even threw Alex Guerrero and Tom Brady under the bus with some leaked text messages about services he never received. And now, Antonio Brown is done for the season because he's got to have surgery on his ankle, and the Bucs have officially released him. So we will dive into this mess and see whose fault his childish outburst really was. Probably a little bit of everyone's. That's good. Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I do football videos here nearly every day. Today's episode is sponsored by shakerandspoon.com/thatsgoodsports. Shaker and Spoon is a monthly cocktail subscription service that delivers the best, and I mean best, craft cocktail ingredients and instructions to your door. Every box they offer is themed around one type of liquor, with 3 unique recipes to match your liquor of choice. This month, I tried the Tequila It box because I wanted to concoct a tequila drink that wasn't a margarita, and Shaker and Spoon delivered. I made a Verdito, which contained poblano agave syrup and celery soda. If you have that laying around your house, you're a liar. Each box contains a variety of syrups, bitters, aromatics, and garnishes that will make your taste buds super pretentious. These drinks are so good, I'll never drink water again. No, I won't. And to get a huge $20 discount off your first box, click the link below and use code That'sGoodSports at checkout, or go to shakerandspoon.com/that'sgoodsports to get truly elite tier drinks to show up right at your door. That's shakerandspoon.com/that'sgoodsports, or just click the link below and use code That'sGoodSports for $20 off your first box. Now, I already covered what happened at the Jets game with the Bucs and Antonio Brown's sideshow as he jumping jacked his way off the field. That's old news. That was just the beginning, though, of the shitstorm for Tampa. Again, this is what occurred during the third quarter of the game, and we were all like, what the hell did we just watch? Sort of like when the Falcons lost the Super Bowl. This is a story about ego when you think about it. From Bruce Arians to Antonio Brown to Tom Brady, their egos all led to the weird situation where Antonio Brown might actually be right. Or where Antonio Brown's lawyer almost is able to make it look like he's maybe right. Here's Bruce Arians explaining what happened, which I'm leaning towards being the truth in this situation.
He ever asked the trainer or doctor about his ankle. He never went through, that's the normal protocol. You go through protocols during games. I was never notified of it. So obviously that was the disturbing thing when we were looking for him to go back into the game. All right, we always had, he was very upset at halftime about who was getting targeted. Got that calmed down. Players took care of that. It started again on the sideline. We called for the personnel group that he had played in the entire game. He refused to go in the game. That's when I looked back and saw him basically wave off the coach. I then went back, approached him about what was going on. I ain't playing. What's going on? I ain't getting the ball. That's when I said, you're done. Get the F out of here. And that's the end of it.
So Antonio Brown was mad at halftime because he probably wanted to hit all those monetary incentives, which is why he was complaining about not being targeted. Antonio Brown did injure his ankle back in October, though. He's been playing through that injury on and off. So if you want to be critical of AB, you can say, why this week? Did he suddenly think it was too much to continue to play through? The money. It's the money. He and his agent requested that the remaining $2 million in incentives in his contract be guaranteed earlier in the week. The Bucs said no. So they might want that guaranteed, knowing his ankle injury is getting worse and that he might not be able to hit his incentives. But only in AB's mind does it make sense to guarantee he doesn't get that money by losing control of the situation. And at this point, I'm just waiting for Antonio Brown to fake ankle surgery and then sue the doctor who malpracticed his ankle. With the release of Antonio Brown, he gets to go through NFL waivers for any team to claim him. Will a team claim him? I doubt it. Since he's having surgery, he offers nothing to a playoff team other than a distraction they don't need right now. So my thought is if a team wants him, they will sign him this offseason once he can prove that his ankle is indeed healthy enough for football. Now this PR release from the Bucs says Antonio Brown never told the medical staff about the injury, reiterating what Arians said, which even according to AB might be true, as he claimed he told Arians he was injured, who cut him in a fit of his own rage. Instead, Bruce should have told AB to go see the trainer. That was Bruce's big mistake.
What's going on? I ain't getting the ball. That's when I said, you're done. Get the F out of here.
And to be fair to Bruce, it sounds like Antonio Brown was acting like Antonio Brown during the game, and neither gentleman went through the proper protocols for the injury. Adam Schefter also revealed Antonio Brown and his doctor both refused to send them the medical info that they received from New York City. Now every story, right, has two sides. And as a viewer, all we can do is hear both and guess where the truth lies. Usually it's in the middle. And the Bucs, of course, will make it look like they did everything in their power to help and or accommodate Antonio Brown. And that actually might be the truth. That might be the truth, especially with Antonio Brown. But to be fair, we don't know for sure. So to be fair to Antonio Brown, let's look at this through his lenses and his lawyer's lenses. And for the remainder of most of this episode, assume that maybe Antonio Brown has a case. Maybe. AB stated he's having season-ending ankle surgery and that an MRI in New York City revealed he has broken bone fragments and a ligament that's been torn from the bone. That said, I wonder why Bruce Arians didn't believe Antonio Brown. Why would he not trust AB? Why would the world not trust AB? You remember the story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf? Well, I think we can officially change that story to the AB Who Cried Wolf. Would it be Antonio Brown's checkered history or the fact that AB lied to the Buccaneers this season about his vaccination status? I don't know, but this is juicy. Yesterday, Brown released a lengthy statement from his lawyer because if you have ever listened to AB talk,
so we can't speculate and recollect upon,
or read his Instagram, you know he cannot articulate or recollate like this. This AM, he released a text message exchange between he and Bruce Arians, and another between him and Alex Guerrero, the genius behind the TB12 method. Leaked DMs and texts. That reminds me of when AB's DMs threatening his alleged sexual assault victim were released. But I digress. Here's the statement from AB's lawyer. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Oh wait, no, that's just from Antonio Brown's Instagram. Tom Brady and Bruce Arians are the bad guys, and AB's Home Alone. Oh, that shit's actually funny, AB. This was the message from his lawyer. AB thanks the Bucs for giving him a chance and helping him through difficulties that could have ended his career. That would be the sexual assault that I just mentioned, and that his legal team decided to settle that case. Brown says he's made mistakes, rape, and is working on himself and has positive influences around him, probably Mike Evans, that he relented to pressure from the Bucs to play, and that the team doctors injected him with a powerful and sometimes dangerous painkiller the NFLPA warned against. That's probably Toradol. And misuse of painkillers in the NFL, well, that's an ugly story as old as the league. AB also notes that he didn't quit, but that he was cut. That he took a seat on the bench and Bruce Arians came over and said, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I told him, "It's my ankle." But he knew that. It was well documented, and we had discussed it. He then ordered me to get on the field. I said, "Coach, I can't." He didn't call for medical attention. Instead, he shouted at me, "You're done," while he ran his finger across his throat. Coach was telling me if I didn't play hurt, then I was done with the Bucs. Holy shit, Bruce Arians did this to AB? You're done.
I don't know. Is that a throat slash? That's all it was.
Dude, if this was any other player, Bruce Arians would be in such hot water right now. But do not forget that Arians once cut a practice squad player because he parked in Bruce's parking spot. That was documented on All or Nothing. AB also stated the Bucs tried to demand he see a team doctor after he revealed what the doctor in New York saw with AB's MRI. But again, AB and his lawyer or agent refused to send that medical info to the Buccaneers, which is weird. Not for AB, that's actually pretty normal. All I can say is release the MRI! Release the MRI! Did Bruce Arians know AB was injured? Yes, certainly. Especially if these texts are true. To be clear though here, the guy with the goofy Hawaiian shirt and light goatee is not AB. Those are AB's feet in the photo. And this is AB telling Bruce in text exchange that he's hurt, and Bruce said, "Well, let's talk about it. I want you on the field if you can go." What this all boils down to is whether or not Antonio Brown told the Bucs medical staff during the game that his ankle was bothering him. That is what we do not know right now. And how the Bucs handle that, if he did tell them, is one issue. And how the Bucs handled that, if he did not tell them, really clears Tampa Bay of any wrongdoing. Don't forget that Brown was dealing with this ankle injury before he was suspended for faking his Vax card, and that the fake Vax suspension actually gave him extra time to try and heal and rest that ankle. But AB had been cleared by the Buccaneers team doctors. So maybe that's why Bruce thought he could play. Anyone here know anything about NFL team doctors? They're a mixed bag of great, average, and we will say whatever the team wants us to say to get key guys back on the field. Don't forget it was the Chargers team medical staff that stabbed Tyrod Taylor in the lungs with a pain-killing needle. Don't forget it was Washington team doctors that failed to diagnose cancer on Trent Williams' head. And don't forget it was Patriots team doctors that reverse-aged Tom Brady's face, which actually doesn't hold up in poor lighting. Now, speaking of Brady, Antonio Brown also posted a message he sent to Brady's trainer / TB12 business partner, Alex Guerrero. AB asks for half of his $100,000 back. AB said Alex charged him $100K and never provided him with services. Remember when Bill Belichick refused to let Guerrero work with any Patriots players other than Tom Brady? Maybe because they were charging dudes $100,000 for services the team provided for free. Tom Brady is making money off his teammates for physical therapy. Think about that shit. Okay, maybe Brady doesn't get a cut. I don't actually know. But letting your business partner charge guys 6 figures for body work, at the very least, is super douchey. And look, I get when players want medical physical therapy services provided outside of the team, because I just told you how shitty some of those services provided by the team are. What's weird is when you have a quarterback whose business does this and he's still charging his own teammates $100,000 for services. If Rodgers and Mahomes can get the discount double check, can't Brady give them some sort of discount here? That seems high. It just seems high. That's all I'm saying. Plus, it looks like Guerrero says he will pay AB back and for some reason calls AB a wonderful person. Okay, Alex, now describe me as clean-shaven. The issue for Antonio Brown is nobody believes him. But when this move occurred, what did we all say? Everyone was like, it's only a matter of time before this blows up in their face. This is it, blowing up in their faces.
Stay first class, my friend. Keeping this booming.
Had Tom Brady's ego said, you know, we don't really need AB on this roster, this would have never happened. Had Bruce Arians' ego not internalized the shame he felt about allowing AB on the team, then maybe Bruce doesn't lose his shit and cut Antonio Brown mid-game. That was dumb. And most importantly, had AB's ego not fueled that childish, embarrassing, and very public outburst, we would all probably be on Brown's side right now. Had he quietly walked to the locker room and then revealed in an appropriate fashion what happened, like if what AB has produced is accurate, and that's always a question, then the Bucs told an injured player he was actually healthy. And that's bad. And this is what win at all costs looks like. Oh God, no, that's just Brady and Dungy. This whole situation is what it looks like.
Booming.
Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I got a Trevor Lawrence video coming up in the next day or two, and we'll be live streaming the Broncos season shit finale as well as Sunday Night Football with Tom Grossi. So make sure you drop in this weekend.